if he's not there, the midfield breaks. It doesn't work. Our midfield breaks down.
It's him
we don't
or
have a midfield. If they don't pass, they don't know what they're doing.
You're gonna love this.
I want to hear it. I'm objective. You're critical.
Anico at the disco.
He's positive. Join the Mixtape 615.
Today, tomorrow, yesterday,
It is the dopest supporter group in all of Nashville.
forever. Testing. 1, 2 to the 3. Hey, this is Mixtape 615, baby. This is the place to be.
Yeah.
If you a Nashville Soccer Club fan, yo, we want you in the mix. Everybody, we want everybody in the mix. Yo, lock in.
Everybody.
Let's go.
Yo, check it out. My name is Tunji, aka Young Turtle, aka Soccer Face, aka SF Doom, aka the Big Kahuna and Little Tuna Sandwich, aka Yamame Steam Papi, yeah, aka Mr. Too Lit on a Wednesday night because it's half off whiskey night at Southside Kitchen and Pub, and I just got paid. Hey, aka Mr. Sipping on my ties on a beach in Belize because I'm feeling cool like a summer breeze. Ooh, I messed that one up. Anyways, aka the dude with the clearest pair of Jordans that you ever did see. I don't want to hear none from y'all. Aka the golden boy with a golden voice. And let me tell you something right now. This is the Mixtape 615 podcast. Logan, can you tell them who you are real quick?
Absolutely. My name is Logan, aka Beer Main.
Yeah.
And tonight we are also joined by our other co-host. Hit us up, Austin.
What's up? My name is Austin, aka Wildman, aka Ginger Snap, Tunji's favorite.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
Oh yeah.
It is.
Well,
yeah.
Oh yeah. This is the Mixtape 615 podcast. We are brought to you by the Mixtape 615 supporter group, the dopest supporter group in all of Nashville.
In the land.
You know, the dopest supporter group in all of Nashville SC, in all of Nashville sports, in my opinion. If you want to get in, which you should want to get in, when you can do some really fun things like I did tonight and going and playing some foosball with our boys Jack Mayer and Elliot Panico, and get to have some fun with that. Oh yeah, I was
Panico at the disco.
Whoa, whose team was you on? You was on Jack Mayer's and Elliot Panico's team?
Nah, they were playing against us, and I'll be honest, they killed us.
They smoked
They smoked us. But
Thanks.
if you want to jump in to the Mixtape 615, jump in with us. It is at mixtape615.com. Again, that is mixtape615.com. We want you to join us there. You can jump into your membership there as an individual or with your family. You get the little fam discount with that. You can get your
baby
membership scarves. You get your access to our tailgates, access to our Slack to know what's coming up, especially with some of our community outreach stuff that we're doing, which I definitely want to talk about.
Oh yeah.
I know we got Rise Read Lead coming. Rise Read Lead coming up here in just a little bit, and we do want to make sure you know what to do and how to get involved with us. So jump into mixtape615.com for that. Austin, take us in with a little bit of playback.
Yee.
All right. What is up? This is the Mixtape playback. We're going to be talking about these last two games because we're had two matches on a Wednesday and a Saturday. They didn't turn out the way that we had hoped. They were a scoreless draw and then a 1-0 loss for Nashville SC to Orlando. So we're going to be talking about that. We played Orlando on Wednesday, and then we played it was Philadelphia on Saturday in Philadelphia. Now that's one of the teams. Both of these teams are some of the top teams in the East. Looking like we might be playing Orlando. So that might have been a preview. And if that's a preview, if these last two games really were a preview, I'm not super excited running into this playoff. Tunji, what you got from these last two games? What's your takeaway from these last two games, these scoreless games for Nashville SC?
All right, man. Let me just jump on in here because I don't even like the way you came in, bro. I don't even like the way you started, bro. Because look, man, Look, all right.
Here he
Yes,
comes.
yes.
Here he comes.
Yeah, here I come. All right, look. Okay. Orlando, 1-0. Orlando is king of beating people in their own houses, right? They actually have. I'm not. I mean, look, don't quote me on this. I'm
They
pretty
have
sure
not
I'm wrong.
technically beat Nashville at our house since 2020, August 2020.
Okay. Well, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Well, like what they just
in-house.
did.
In-house.
No, they didn't,
beaten
because
us
we were
since
playing.
August 2020.
We played in the South. We played in Disneyland just now. So,
we played home.
Look, I know that a lot of people were like upset. A lot of people were upset because we lost to Orlando. Wait, did we play Orlando at home or
at home?
Oh, we played Orlando at home.
Yeah, it was at home.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I thought we played in Disneyland.
Nope.
Or Disney World. My bad. Okay. Look, the Orlando game wasn't good. But what happened, right? What happened? We held them to 0-0, and it would have been a 0-0 game if it had not been for the refs, for pro referees not knowing how to call an offsides, right? Like,
I'm surprised it didn't at least go to VAR. Like, it didn't even get there.
I thought it went to VAR, and then they just was
He
like,
didn't even check it. He waited. He waited, but they never actually went to check.
They never actually checked it.
Yeah, it's the Liverpool game all over
referees, again. Silly referees, silly pro referees. They don't know what they're talking about, and that's. But such is the life of a MLS fan, right? You're subject to, in my opinion, bad referees. That's just what it is, dude. So, and then here's the other game, man. A lot of people are upset.
That's just the subpar. You're talking about overall MLS refs.
Yeah, subpar. They're subpar. MLS refs I'm on record, baby. I'm on record. MLS refs are subpar. They're not good. And you have to build that into your gameplay, right? All right, if you lose 1-0 because the ref called a bad call, the ref couldn't call an offsides or whatever they called, you lose and they scored a goal off of that. Well, you just lost because you have to be used to that, man. How long have we been in MLS?
I know.
How long have we been in MLS? How long has Nashville SC been in MLS?
4 years.
4 years.
That's the fourth year. Stop acting like this doesn't happen. This is part of the game, baby.
Right. It does happen, but that's the reason why I'm upset.
Hold on. I got one more. I got one last thing, man. Because people are freaking out. They're freaking out that we tied against who these cats? Against Philadelphia, man. In their home? We tied against Philly at home? Come on, guys. That was a good game. It wasn't a good game to watch, but the results was a good game. We tied against Philly at home.
The results is a point, but
did either one of y'all predict, and it's on record, baby. It's on record. Did either one of y'all predict that we would tie against Philly? I didn't.
No,
I predicted a loss. I'll say, I'll be honest. I predicted a loss.
I think all three of us agreed
I'm
it would have been a loss
I'm
in
gonna shut
their
up now.
house.
I'm gonna shut up because I've said my piece.
But here's
Logan, give us yours.
Here's what I see out of the last two games. Number one, our offense looks stagnant. We have been banking on the boys coming out and playing hard, and even especially after that Orlando game at home, losing at home against a team that hasn't beaten us in 3 years, like nah fam, I'm not okay with it. I am upset with the way that we played.
Even that Orlando is one of the most winningest away teams this year. Like literally,
we had a team that was on the field, with the exception of one player, that could have easily produced multiple goals, and we didn't access it. Like, we didn't play with it. We had Sam Surridge starting at home. We had Hani Mukhtar starting at home. We had Randall Leal starting at home. Like, we had these guys in there that can produce goals. We had these guys in there that can easily play. The one guy that wasn't in there that can produce goals or help us produce goals a little bit, because he plays, in my opinion, way too far up, is Shaq Moore. And he was out on injury officially. A lot of us kind of didn't know that, but he was officially out on injury when it comes to that. This is something that it's frustrating to see a team that we know can score not score, with a team that we know who can play well not play well. And so when they went to Philadelphia, I expected a team to come out frustrated and attacking, and we did not feel like, we didn't even look like we were trying to attack the goal. In fact, Austin, do you have our shots on goal on that?
I was waiting for this.
Glad you asked. Like, because I want to know. I want to know what our shots on goal is.
Austin, hit him with the stats, bro.
I want to talk about
the stats, man.
We're talking about we're talking about playback, right? We're talking about our last 2 matches, but I want to even go back one more to the Seattle game.
We have one goal.
We had 0.
Do we have one goal in the last 2 matches?
No,
do we?
0 goals.
I feel like
0 goals.
0
goals in the last 3 matches. 0 goals in the last 3 matches.
It was 0.
And how many shots on goal? I'll let y'all guess. How many shots on goal in 3 matches? Do y'all think?
Guess. I know.
How many? Y'all
guess. We talking about shots on goal, right? 1.
Yeah.
Because we.
How many do you think, Logan?
4. I mean, I was saying 4 shots, but if you're looking at on
in 3 matches, how many do you think?
1. Like, I mean, there's no way it's more than that.
We have 2, so y'all both decreased it. However,
2.
However,
we have 2. Are you sure? Are you
2
sure about
shots
that?
on goal in 3 matches. What is up with this offense? We have the reigning MVP, a Golden Boot contender. We've got Sam Surridge coming in, who started off hot in Leagues Cup. We've got Randall Leal coming back from injury, who actually has looked good. We have Fafa Pico and Jacob Schaffelberg, who have not looked like a cohesive unit. We've talked about this on the podcast. If we can't get more than 2 shots on goal in 3 matches, I'm thinking we need to get at least 2 shots on goal per game, not in 3 matches.
Minimum.
Per game, dude.
That's
real. Like per every 10 minutes to me.
I was gonna say it's not asking a lot to get 2 shots.
Okay, so we lost. Also, I'll give you this. I'll give you this. We lost to Orlando 1-0. They had the 1 goal. How many shots do you think they took total? Shots.
15.
Orlando?
15. No.
2 shot attempts, and they scored on 1 of them.
Yeah,
they were better.
Not even shots on goal.
One of those goals
not even shots
was
on
fake,
goal.
though.
Shot
One of those
attempts.
goals was fake. One of those goals was fake. One of those goals was given to them by the refs.
I'm
sorry. One of those
that,
shots.
Like, our boys should be one of those shots.
Yeah, but literally only 2 shots on shot attempts. So if you take the 1 goal away, they only had 1 shot attempt on net. And it's not our defense. It's our offense.
I've been saying that for forever.
We've held
it's not our defense, man.
No, yes.
So what's the problem with the offense? Someone tell me what the problem is with the offense, dude. I'll tell you. I know what the problem is. I want to hear y'all say it.
I need us to play aggressive. And that's the one thing I will say. We are not playing aggressive. Early in the season, we played aggressive. And early in the season, I understand that we've been relying heavily on Hani Mukhtar. I understand that. But even with us relying on him, we had in our first few goals, our first few games, we had him sending assists in more. We had Schaffelberg get shots on. We had Fafa Pico get shots on. We even had guys like CJ taking shots, guys like Bunbury taking shots early on in the season. I want to see that again. I need us to play aggressive. I was rewatching some of the stuff on MLS Season Pass. I was watching some of our things on MLS Season Pass. In the Nashville chronicles that they have, like our history behind our team, one of the first things out there is Walker Zimmerman's first goal. He had the first goal in our history of our club.
And in MLS history.
Exactly. In the MLS history, excuse me. In the MLS history.
Yeah.
In the MLS history of our club, he had our first goal. When it comes to the way that he spoke about that goal, it was all about aggressive play. It was all about coming to Nashville because he wanted to play with guys who wanted to win. And we should be winning by now. Like, we should be competing for the actual cup, not competing to get a home spot in the playoffs. We should already be in that position.
Logan.
I'm frustrated.
I don't, bro. I'm frustrated as well.
I know. I know.
My guy, we are all frustrated. I don't think anyone disagrees with you that we should be competing, but let's look at who we're competing with. Do you think that this roster is an MLS Cup roster?
I think that we have the people in the right places that we could be competing for a cup right now this year.
I disagree with you wholeheartedly.
If it's
I'm
not,
sorry.
if it's
I
not
love
an
you.
MLS
No,
Cup roster,
I love him. I like that guy a lot, Logan. I like him, but he's wrong. Go ahead, Austin.
Okay, so if it's not an MLS Cup roster, then how did we make the run in Leagues Cup? The way that we did.
Yeah.
Oof.
Wow. No.
But look at us after Leagues Cup.
That's a very good question.
Limping since Leagues Cup, and Leagues Cup does not count towards league.
You want my answer to that? You want my answer to that question? I think that yes, we had with the guys that we had. I think they maybe could have made a good run. I don't think they would have made Leagues Cup Champions Cup. I'm
MLS Cup.
MLS Cup. There's so many cups now. There's so many cups.
There's 4 that we're competing for.
Well, it used to be Champions League, CONCACAF Champions League. Now it's CONCACAF Champions Cup.
Yeah.
Anyways, I think that before, we would have had a good shot before they introduced Leagues Cup. I am gonna stand by this. Crucify me as much as you want, but I think that Leagues Cup derailed our season.
Oh,
I think the success of real
you said it last episode or 2 episodes ago, and I am seeing that more and more, and I'm seeing it more and more, and I'm wholeheartedly agreeing with you because we got this high and we got this hangover right after, right? You got the withdrawals from whatever it was.
We're still taking sips,
and it's getting worse and worse.
Cup. We're still taking sips from the Leagues Cup chalice. It is what it is, man.
Well, hey. We're talking about this. We're talking about this roster now. I think that's a good segue into our next segment. So coming up right after this break, we are going to be talking about our roster, talking about some golden oldies, talking about the age of our roster, what that looks like, and can we make a run with this team? That's all coming up after the break. What's up, guys? It's Wildman here. I'm here to drop some knowledge on you about the dopest supporters group in all of MLS, Mixtape 615. We're all about that high energy, that game day excitement, and creating unforgettable memories. So if you want to join, visit mixtape615.com right now and become part of the coolest crew around. Mixtape 615, where soccer passion meets pure adrenaline.
Welcome back, everybody. Thank you guys for continuing to tune in with us. We got a little bit of our golden oldies. We're going to talk about some of our players that may be a little bit old for the league. In fact, as a team, our players have the highest age average in the MLS right now with 29.9 years of age. That's 30 years old. In fact, we've got a lot of players that are over 30, and I need us to kind of talk about this because let's be real. Age is going to catch up to all of us, but man, with the way that our team has been limping, and I know we kind of alluded to it in the last segment, but the way that our team's kind of been limping along since Leagues Cup, is our age showing? Is our age a factor? We need to talk about some of this because, guys, I mean, I'm just going to list a few people out real fast. These are the guys that are 30 years old or older. And I want y'all to listen for who our starters are, who are guys that we depend on when it comes to our goal scorers, who we depend on when it comes to our goal defenders. So listen to this. Walker Zimmerman, Fafa Picault, Anibal Godoy, Sean Davis, Joe Willis, Dax McCarty, Teal Bunbury, Daniel Lovitz, and Taylor Washington. All of these guys are either 30 years old or above. And I'll be honest, only 3 of the ones that I listed are at 30 years old. Everyone else is older by at least 2 or 3 years.
Yikes.
This is a lot.
Now, I'll say this. I don't know because I got a lot of issues with Gary and his style of coaching recently.
What?
But I was literally thinking, like, do we need... I know, right? Shocking. But I will say, I was thinking, like, do we just need to go back in training and just do conditioning?
I mean,
just straight conditioning for these players.
I have some issues
That's
with the
not
way
gonna
our
help.
trainers have been doing it because we
That's
have
not
some
gonna
of our
help.
guys that are getting injured in training as it is. And that's not okay. Lucas McNaughton being one of them. But I need to ask you, Tunji, look at some of these players. We have a few on here that are pretty injury prone, or at least have become more injured, or at least feel like they've become more injured this year. Who are your concerns when it comes to minutes played, when it comes to our starters on this list that I named off? Who are some of your concerns when it comes to our players that are older? When it comes to our attack, because we talked about
The
needing
answer
an
just
attack.
The
I mean,
answer,
yeah.
I'm gonna give you one name, and you should just everybody
it.
should be concerned. Dax McCarty.
I mean, Dax McCarty.
Gracious, bro.
Love the dude, but
Dax,
36 years
36 years old, 36.
36. He is our oldest player.
36 years old.
He is our oldest player, not by
1,800
much.
minutes played. 1,800 minutes played this year.
God.
Dude. It's not
Jeez.
really my. I don't
lot.
really care how many minutes he's played this year. That's not really my
But
concern.
that
I'm
catches
just
up to you, man.
well, I'm giving you those numbers, and then also telling you this: if he's not there, the midfield breaks. It doesn't work. Our midfield breaks down.
It's
We
him
don't have
or
a midfield. They don't pass. They don't know what they're doing.
it's
If
him
Dax
or another
McCarty
leader.
isn't there.
It's him or Annabelle Godoy. And Annabelle Godoy has fought off injury after injury after injury.
No, it's not Annabelle Godoy. Like, look, I love Annabelle Godoy. He's great. I think he's a good
He helps
player.
calm our team a little.
He's a compliment. He's a complimentary play. Is that a word?
Complimentary.
Yeah.
Complimentary. If you're British.
Complimentary.
If you're British, mate. Anyways, if Dax McCarty isn't in our midfield, isn't in our starting, isn't in our if he is on the pitch, we cannot make, and you've seen that. We have seen that in the last 3 matches.
Yeah.
The problem we've seen in the last 3 matches, and we're going to get into it later on. Quick tease. We cannot make offense happen through our midfield. We cannot make offense happen because we can't get any passes going through our midfield. Like there's no organization there.
Yeah,
those
and
guys
Dax
are
not
good
being on the
enough.
field is worrisome because when he's not on the field, him getting as old as he is, he's going to be gone soon. I mean, whether this is his last season, next season, his last season, he hasn't said anything specific.
Year, brother. He's not playing another year. Let's just be real with this.
Without him,
ourselves.
Yeah, without him, who's our leader in the midfield? We don't have one. We've got Sean Davis, we've got Annabelle Godoy, we got Brian Anunga. Like those, who's going to step up as the leader? Annabelle Godoy is probably the strongest, right? I mean, we don't have a strong leader as far as age goes.
Austin, you said it a little bit earlier, but I want you to say it for those of us who weren't listening at the time, or while we were on break. We kind of talked about this a little bit when we were talking about the subject coming up. But drafting, do you think that when it comes to our team as a whole, have we drafted well to help replace these players?
Now I'll say this. We've got some young players in MLS Next Pro that do look good. However, the expansion draft, when Nashville came into the MLS, we drafted for now. We drafted for a win. We are 4 years in now, and we're fighting for a home field advantage. We're not even fighting for being a contender. We're fighting for home field advantage. So if we're not doing what we need to do now, is it coaching? Is it drafting? Is it the age of the players? Where does it fall back on? But I think that what we look at when we talk about the age of how old our team is, it's got to look like we didn't draft to set ourselves up for the future to build off of. We drafted for a win now, so it's got to be a now or never.
All of them were either
or now or much later.
Yeah, all of them were 4 to 5 years younger than they are now when we originally drafted them. And you look at that, that's Walker Zimmerman at 26. Walker Zimmerman should have been in, but going into a World Cup. at that time as a captain for the U.S. men's team. That is a 27-year-old Fafa Picault. That is a 29-year-old Anibal Godoy, who is by far one of the best leaders that you've seen Panama have.
Fafa wasn't in our draft, but
I know, but I'm talking about
when we look.
I'm talking about our boys. I'm talking about our boys at that age. That's a 26-year-old Taylor Washington who was a promising starter for us.
Yeah.
Okay.
Dating back prior draft.
Like, look at the age of these guys back then. I mean, that's Daniel Levitz was in that. I mean, 30. He's what? He was 27, I think, 27, 28 coming into the draft.
I don't know, but all I'm saying is if this is the age we're trying to do something with, are we almost past the time that we can do something? Are we almost at a point where we're looking at a rebuild in 2 years?
Are you dude? We're done. We're cooked. Nashville SC is cooked, bro. Look, hey, this is who I am, and I'm sorry. I've held my tongue.
But we saw good runs in Leagues Cup, and if we can make good runs in Leagues Cup, why can't we do it now?
Tunji, before you go into this, because I know I want to hear this from you, but I want us to also think about this. There are some of our players on this roster, like Joe Willis, like Teal Bunbury, that I think are having their best years yet this year.
Okay. What does
Dax
that mean?
is having a great year, but it's not going to last.
No, I'm not saying Dax, but I'm saying some of them are having their best years yet. And I think that they do have a few more years in front of them. There are others that I think,
Tom Brady's best year as far as receiving yards was the year he retired. I don't care if they're having their best year yet.
Exactly,
now,
dude.
If we're not going to do anything
talking about
with
that best years. How many goals has Teal Bunbury scored? What have you done for me lately, bro? 3 goals, man.
Yeah, we're not there.
Year?
We're not there.
Stop.
I don't think we are going to be. Tunji, you started to say something. I'm sorry we cut you off.
Nah, you guys, we already know what it is, man.
So then
Nashville SC is cooked this year. And we're probably cooked for the next year. We're done, bro. This is not the team that you're taking to the MLS Cup. This is not the team that you're taking to the CONCACAF Champions Cup. Crap, I don't even know if we're going to be able to.
No, we talk about aging. We talked about aging players.
Should
we talk about our aging coach? Is our coach in his golden? Did he already pass his golden years?
I won't hear any of that Gary slander here. I won't take it. I won't take it. I won't take it. It's not until
I don't
the front office
dislike
gives him a middle.
Gary, no, here.
What?
Hear me out.
What?
All right, hear me out. I don't dislike Gary. I just don't know if he is the coach to take this team where we want it to go.
I want us to hear this too. These are some of the guys that, when it comes to the MLS Players Association, these are the guys whose contracts are up at the end of this year. The ones without a contract going forward are Fafa Picault and Dax McCarty. The ones with options left are Ethan Zubak, Taylor Washington. Let's talk about the ones that are on this list. Taylor Washington, Daniel Lovitz, Teal Bunbury. Do we want to continue to give these options? Do we want to option back in for a Taylor Washington? Do we want to option back in for a Teal Bunbury? I will say this. I think Daniel Lovitz still has.
I said it last week or 2 weeks ago. I want to see Joey Skinner. I don't care about Dan Lovitz and Taylor Washington. I like them, but I want to see our young guys get some play.
You're a risk taker, bro. You're a maverick, bro.
But
straight up maverick.
How do you get better, Tunji? How do you get better? Playing with people that are
Man's put me on the spot.
No, playing with people that are worse than you, practicing and scrimmaging and like actually working minutes with people that are worse than you or people that are better than you.
I mean, the answer is people that are better than you.
Exactly. So if we have those MLS Next Pro guys and they're not ready for the MLS, there's a reason why they're not on our roster as it is.
It's true. If they were, they'd be on our
I mean, Joey Skinner's
MLS
Next
Pro
roster.
is not MLS Next Pro is not a group of guys who are ready for the MLS.
It's not even USL champion.
No, I wouldn't even put them in the USL champion. No,
but there are guys
right.
that are playing in USL championship that need or should get
need minutes. They need minutes in MLS. That, but like, there's not a lot of them. There's not a whole lot of them.
But there are some, and
I think we should take the opportunities now that we've got like 4 cups. Hold on, we talked about all the cups. I think US Open Cup is a beautiful tournament to bring in some of these players, to give them playing time to see what they got.
So it's Open Cup, US Open Cup. It's CONCACAF Championship Cup, Leagues Cup, and the MLS Cup that you're all having to compete for every single year
at the same time. And
or at least
outside of MLS.
Let's be real.
Outside of MLS Cup, honestly, the others are just bragging rights.
CONCACAF, no. I'm taking CONCACAF.
Are you kidding me?
They're big. I'm saying they're big bragging rights, but I'm saying
Leagues Cup and US Open Cup, I understand as bragging rights. Leagues Cup gives you the option for CONCACAF, and CONCACAF is a cup that I want.
I would take CONCACAF over MLS.
I'll take that one. I'll take that one. Okay.
Any day of the week.
Okay.
Are we in a place where we can compete with that with our current roster? Can we compete for CONCACAF?
No, we're not. No, we're not. We are not.
So can we compete for US Open?
If anyone has a problem with me saying that, come and find me. My address is beep.
But is it?
In case Doug doesn't get
that, we need to talk about that. In fact, let's do this. We're going to take a quick break here in just a second, and I want us to talk about what's going on next. In fact, Tunji, I know you're going to help bring this up, but what happened at the beginning of this year to what's happening now going into this next year, going into playoffs. But we need to talk about this, and we need to know what was then, what is now. That's coming up right after this break.
What's up, guys? It's Wildman here. I'm here to drop some knowledge on you about the dopest supporters group in all of MLS, Mixtape 615. We're all about that high energy, that game day excitement, and creating unforgettable memories. So if you want to join, visit mixtape615.com right now and become part of the coolest crew around. Mixtape 615, where soccer passion meets pure adrenaline.
A lot of people have been saying a lot of stuff about who we are and where we gonna end the match. Look, in the beginning of the season, they said that we would probably end off maybe somewhere around 10th, even as low as blasphemously as 12th place. Crazy, right? Crazy. It looks like at this point, I mean, it's not even looks like, we're locked in, right? We're locked in, guys, right?
We clinched.
We're clinched. We're not going to end lower than 12th. So,
7th.
This segment right here is going to be about expectations versus reality. Austin, I want to hear what your thoughts. Big Ginger Snap. Tell me what you think. Are we closing in on expectations, or are we falling short?
So if we look at like what the preseason projections were, like yes, we are technically exceeding expectations. However, I think, like we've talked about this whole episode, we're not exceeding our own expectations, and I think we're not exceeding the players' expectations. And you're seeing that because they are frustrated out there. They're getting combative with each other. They're taking sloppy penalties. They're getting frustrated out there. I think Logan was just saying he was talking with some of our players at the foosball tournament today, and they're pissed off. They're frustrated.
Oh yeah.
I just would like to see that directed into something positive. Like use that anger, use that energy, and attack in a way that's positive rather than going and getting frustrated and getting fouls. And so that right there, the way that they're targeting or channeling the aggression is not exceeding the expectations that we would hope for them, or not really meeting the expectations that we would hope for them.
I think you're saying it right. I think you're saying it right. Aggression and attack. Those are the two things that we had early in the year that have fallen completely off almost. It feels like literally like Gary pulled that bus into place, and we've pulled the
Wait,
parking gear.
what bus? What bus is it? What are you talking
He
about?
hit the e-brake. He hit the e-brake.
Yeah, we've pulled the parking
Oh
brake
my
up.
gosh, the e-brake.
Like, we've pulled the e-brake.
Jeez
We've got the
Louise.
parking brake on. Man, it's almost as if Gary took the keys out and has gone to use the restroom. And we don't know where
He just
at.
threw him in the woods.
Man,
he threw him in the woods.
He's disappeared in the Love's, bathroom somewhere.
He's just like,
I don't know where he's at. The truck stopped. We're all sitting here waiting on him. Where's he gone?
You
It's
sound like you
10:30 at
have
night.
you sound like you have some trucker driving experience.
I don't have any trucker driving experience, but I
You
have
said the
taken
Love's
Megabus
bus
before.
stop. You have
Yeah.
taken a what bus before?
I've taken Megabus before, and I tell you what, we're on a Gary Megabus right now, and it's
Oof.
upsetting. It is, because I understand what they were predicting early in the season, and honestly, I can understand that. I could have looked at what we had early in the season with CJ Sapong still in place, with a Teal Bunbury who this season has exceeded my expectations of him.
3
but
goals.
Oh, I mean, like, let's be real. I didn't expect him to score.
it's
I didn't
true, though.
expect him to get a
It's
start.
true.
So with the way that our boys were playing early, it has exceeded our expectations. But because they set the precedent early of large goals, aggressive attack with a strong defense, we've fallen off on our goals.
Of
We've
course.
fallen off on our aggressive attack.
Okay.
And I understand that some of that is injury. I understand that some of that is age showing, in my opinion. But we have set the precedent for ourselves. We set the precedent for us to believe that we could do more. And it is so frustrating that we're here at the end and we're sitting in 7th place. It's so frustrating when right before Leagues Cup, we were at number 2. Right coming out of Leagues Cup, we're sitting in our power ranking side of things at number 2 in the league, like across the board. We had
Logan,
40 points
I hear
coming
you.
out.
I
And it's
hear you.
just like,
I hear you. No, I hear you.
there's just so much.
No, I hear you, man. I hear you. What I want to know right now, because I heard that passion, brother. I heard it loud and clear. From a fan's perspective, okay, from the pundit's perspective, right?
Mm.
We've exceeded. And you literally just gave me an earful of why
I can
did not
talk it over and over.
I know, and I'm going to give you the opportunity. Talk to me like you're a fan right now. And because I know you're right there. You're right there in the mix with everybody. You know how the fans are feeling. You're right there with me. And they're talking to you. They're talking to me. They're talking to everyone. As fans, how are you feeling? Because we're at where we're at right now as Nashville Soccer Club. Nashville Soccer Club.
Right now, and Tunji, you know this.
Tell me what the fans are feeling, brother.
Being on the capo stand, you understand that goals are king for us. If we're not setting off smoke, we're not getting no noise. Like, we are not involved with that, and it's showing. It's showing at home.
We're just marionettes at this point.
Oh, we're so frustrated, and it's becoming a boring play at home. It means that less people are involved, and when less people are involved, you have people like myself, like yourselves, like our boy Brian, like our boy Bill. We have so many people, like our boy Addy. Let's be real, shout him out on our podcast. Shout out Addy.
Yeah,
Man,
that's my
amazing.
guy. That's my guy. Addy is my
guy.
guy. Yeah,
But he is a dude who wants to show up, wants to have fun, wants to show out. And when we're playing the way that we're playing currently, it's not going to happen. I mean, he's not going to be able
Addy is pissed right now. I know he's pissed.
I'll jump in as a fan.
Go ahead, Austin.
Jump in as a fan, bro. We want to hear the fans talk right now.
I am an avid sports fan. I go crazy at any sporting event.
Okay.
Soccer being one of the most passionate sports that I've got. We have won 1 game since July 1st.
Yep.
Not including Leagues Cup. We have won 1 game, and we are heading into the playoffs fighting for a home playoff advantage. We're not getting that. And now we are limping in to a home or a team that is winning like they're winning, that is as strong as they are with Orlando. Granted, they had the offsides goal against us, but I was at that game. You talked about passion, Logan, from the Capo stand. I was screaming my head off trying to get people involved. Nobody was there for it. If we're not doing like if as we, meaning the team, not us as capos, if the team is not performing the way that we expect them to perform, because we've seen it, we know that they can do it. This is not false expectations that we have. They know, or we know that they can perform that way.
Hold on. Say that again.
So if they're not performing the way that we expect, but these aren't false expectations. We've seen it. We know they can do it. Now, if they're not performing that way, the fans aren't getting into it. We're not going to get the energy. And whether we have home pitch advantage or not, we're not going to be there because we're not able to generate energy.
Okay, look, I'm gonna start off right here. Thank you, Ginger Snap, Red Beard, because you didn't want to put that in the beginning, but I'm gonna put it in right now. I gave it to you, bro.
He gave it to me.
Tiki Pom Pom, aka. Look, you're right. You're right. When they are not performing, the fans are struggling, right? And I feel like Nashville SC, and I'm gonna be vulnerable right here. I feel like Nashville SC is one of those teams where it's like, dude, the more that our home field, the more that our fans at home are into it,
the stronger our team plays,
the better we play. I think we win more games when we're more in it, man.
Absolutely.
And I hate to admit that. I don't want to be like,
but
hey,
it's got to be a joint effort, right? It can't just be like the fans. We could give it as much as we want at the beginning, but if it just keeps failing and we keep seeing chance after chance, if they were just generating chances, I'm not even saying goals.
Yeah,
if they were generating chances, we would be more into it.
Right. Oh my gosh, man. Bro, you're so right.
That's it. That's so it. Like, again, how many shots did we have on goal in the last 3 games?
You already know the answer,
2
man.
in 3
we don't want to talk about it, man.
So that's the thing, though, is like,
how many shots do we have on goal, man?
How many shots do we have, period?
It felt like 0.
Hold on. How many shots do we have, period, in the last 3 games?
We did in that Orlando game. We had 0 in the Orlando game.
Yeah, I know. On goal, we had 0. But how many shots do we have, period, in the last 3 games? Because I know in the Seattle game, I believe that there was a
3
lot.
per one per
like
game.
There was a lot.
How many? 3? 1 per game?
Add them up.
What we got? Shot attempts. 20 shot attempts, only 2 on goal.
How many in the last match?
God, don't say that.
How many in the last match at home?
In 3 matches.
Don't say that on pod, bro.
Last match at home.
I mean, it's you're embarrassing 7 shots.
You're embarrassing me in front of my friends. All 38 of them.
I mean, but it matters, man. And that's
it doesn't matter.
I think a lot of our listeners who may or may not agree with me. In fact, our listeners who are listening right now, thank you for sticking with us through this. But I want you guys to put in our comments right now, are you frustrated, yes or no, and why? I want to hear from our people.
I don't want to hear if they're frustrated. Just tell me what you think.
People.
Tell me what you think.
Tell us what changes do you want to see? What changes do you want to see? That's what I want to know.
I'm going to continue to shout this guy out because every time we do a mixtape 615, mixtape in his voice. this says Tyken. And every time we do a mixtape 615 XX, I call it X. That's who I am. I'm the guy who calls it X. Mixtape 615 X space. Like after most games, I'm not gonna say after every game, after most games, we'll do a space where we talk about instant reactions. My guy Finn is always giving good insights. He's a guy who knows soccer. He knows ball, bruv. And I think he'll give you some good insights here, man, when we talk about what we're talking about right now. So anyways, guys, We've had a good time tonight.
Yeah.
Somewhat. What talking about the last two games.
I'll tell you this. As
What?
frustrated as I am, I'm excited to see how these last two games end out because we weren't supposed to be playing this coming week.
Yeah.
It should have been that we were off this
Ooh,
week.
do we have like 5 minutes for a quick great game preview?
I can give us a little bit of game
Dude, 5 minutes. Like not
All
even
right, I
5.
gotta
Give me
check this
3.
out.
Give me 3.
Not even.
We're
no, I
playing-
want
1 minute.
I want 1.5 for you, and I want 1.5 for just that. Give me
freestyle real fast.
1.5.
Ready?
Go ahead.
We've got a game coming up against the New England Revolution, a team that is without a coach, that has only won 1 out of their last 5 games.
What we got?
They are coming into our house, and we're coming off of 3 games without a win. We better play frustrated because I know that
We drew. We got 3 points.
But
Three games, 3
we got
points.
2 points. in
3
3 games.
puntas.
2
Tres
in 3
puntas,
games.
man.
No, because we didn't draw against Orlando. We
All right,
lost
what?
against Orlando.
Oh,
So we've
you're
got
right.
2 points out of the
Yikes.
last 3
He's
games.
right.
It is underperforming as to what we think we should be doing. New
Okay.
England is coming into our house as a defeated team who
You got
is
20
ready to
seconds,
play it
brother.
safe.
You got 20 seconds.
I think we come out with a win. I want to see everyone there. It's also going to be pet night. It's also going to be dog night. You'll be able to
That's
see a lot of
hella cool. That's
a
pretty
lot
cool.
of cute
We're
puppies.
gonna see
It's Puppy
Nike. We're
Park.
gonna see Nike.
We should see Puppy Park there, man. And that's what I'm saying.
If you guys don't know, Nike is my dog. She is not good enough to she's not well behaved enough.
She
Austin,
is a
10
sweetheart.
seconds. 10 seconds because Logan is just going on here.
Hey, I'll
He's just-
talk us out. Let's go.
10 seconds, then we're gonna swing it back to Logan. What do you think is gonna happen with this New England Reds game? I already told y'all two episodes ago. I think we're gonna win, but but Austin, give me something real quick. You got.
I think we need to win.
I'll give you 15
I don't know
seconds.
if we're going to win,
15
but I
seconds.
think that we need to win.
14.
I'm gonna be
13.
optimistic again. I'm gonna switch back. I've been a
12.
little negative this episode, but
11.
I think that we can perform because
10.
we've seen it before. We mentioned it. So if we can get back to that form, we
It's
get a
win
win.
or bust. It's win or bust.
8.
Tunji.
Oh, you're done?
I'm done.
Are you
Tunji.
good?
I'm done.
Wow, you didn't need the whole 15 seconds.
I'm good.
My
I'm
guy
good.
is good.
I'm concise. I'm clear and concise. That's what I try.
All right. Hey, Logan.
Hey, let me close this out. Let me close this out. All right.
Oh,
Yeah,
Y'all
send
good?
it over to
Y'all
Austin.
good?
Hit
Any
Logan.
final
I had-
thoughts? Final thoughts?
Don't worry,
We
guys. You
better
got any final
play
thoughts?
aggressive frustration against New England at home because
Eee.
our fans need it. Our fans deserve it. Our boys deserve the win, and they better play like they
Let 'em
want it.
know.
I deserve it. Me.
Our
I deserve
boys
it.
in gold, these guys right here, these guys better play like they want it.
Okay.
All right.
Close
All
us
right.
out,
Well,
baby.
that is
Close
a
us out.
wrap. That is a wrap for another episode of Mixtape 615. So big love to our listeners. We couldn't do it without you guys. Thank you guys
Absolutely.
so much. A
Thank
special
you.
shout out to our producer, Doug Branson. He
Big
is the
Doug.
guy that is just developing this thing for us, making it what it is today. So we couldn't do it. You're the real MVP, man. And don't forget to stay connected. Hit us up at mixtape615.com and on all of our socials, Instagram, Facebook, X, all that good stuff at Mixtape615. And for all of our video content, you can find us on YouTube at Mixtape615pod. So keep it real, keep it vibing. Until next episode, Mixtape615, signing off.
Signing off, baby.